And we welcome you to the Giants Blue-White Scrimmage presented by Quest Diagnostics. From MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, the Giants will go head-to-head in the Blue-White Scrimmage.
Giants on three. 1, 2, 3. Giants.
And we're here in the Hackensack Meridian Health broadcast booth, the official hometown hospital of the New York Giants. I'm Bob Papa. This would normally be week 3 of the preseason. That's the final dress rehearsal. But with COVID-19, all preseason games wiped out. But Giants head coach Joe Judge wanted to put his team under the lights this evening and see that competitive nature. We'll be joined by Giants head coach Joe Judge momentarily. Plus, we'll hear from Bruce Beck, who interviews Dave Gettleman, Chris Pettit, and we'll hear from Sean O'Hara as well. But I'd like to welcome in two-time Super Bowl champion Carl Banks. And Carl, this is an exciting night for Joe Judge and his staff. What are you looking forward to tonight the most?
Honestly, Bob, everything. I mean, this is a new staff, new coaching, new system. We know some of the names on this staff, like Jason Garrett and what he's done with the talent at his former team. Now we want to see what he has planned for the players on this offense, this skill set. Defensively, a lot of new faces there on the outside. Bradbury, you've got Blake Martinez, who's upgraded the linebacker position. But quite frankly, we want to see how they function within a Patrick Graham system. So this is all new to us as well as it is to the fans.
And Carl, obviously Daniel Jones has come in. He's physically stronger. He looks in command, and it's now his team, isn't it?
It really is his team, Bob. And the good part of it is that he had the valuable experience last year and played at a high NFL level. So he had the offseason to digest that. Now he can step into a role of leadership. It's his team. He knows it. He's proven it. And there's nothing that prohibits him for being the leader of this team.
All right, if you're going to have a scrimmage, offense versus defense, and you want to keep it competitive, you got to keep score. So here's the scoring system that Coach Judge came up with. Obviously, touchdowns are worth 6 points, a field goal is worth 3, and so on and so forth. But the defense has been incentivized. 12 points if you score a defensive touchdown. 3 and outs are worth 3. Turnovers are 3. They're trying to hit all of those marks tonight. And we're joined by the head coach of the New York Giants, Joe Judge. And, Coach, we just took a look at the scoring system that you've laid out for tonight's Blue-White Scrimmage. Talk about that and the reason why you want an added level of competition.
Well, you know what? We just wanted to find a way that we had offense, defense separated, that the defense knew there was a way that they could score points and to actually win the game. We're keeping this competitive. We get some prizes in-house for the guys, make sure the winner gets something. You know, obviously the loser's not going to get it as good. But we went ahead and segmented out the points we thought was fair.
Coach, as the first-time head coach and you got this new group, what are the challenges for you? What are you looking to achieve personally as a head coach here in terms of organization and things of that nature?
Are you talking about directly tonight?
Yes.
Well, the biggest thing is operation as a staff on a game day. You know, this is the first time we've all worked together. So the communication from the booth to the sideline with the coaches, that's critical for us to figure out tonight. For the team, we've got to replicate as much of that preseason game feel for them that they can get their bodies used to the flow of what they're going to feel in a couple weeks when we play the Steelers.
Coach, what about managing the intensity level? When you're playing in a preseason game, it's another team. They have their own way of going about business. What's the message been to your team as far as managing that component?
You know, we haven't had any issues with that through all of training camp. So that's not something I'm thinking is going to be any different tonight. These guys get after each other pretty good. They know that they're playing for something, a prize on either side. So we're going to let them go out there and just play ball tonight.
Coach, have you scripted any situational stuff that will challenge both the coaching as they call things under certain circumstances as well as the players?
You know, we're going to try to get things to come up as naturally as they can tonight so the players can just get a feel for the game. However, I'm going to make sure we get a couple situations within the game, whether it comes up naturally or if I have to tell them at the end of the half, throw in a minute 34, back on with 2 timeouts, let's get a 2-minute situation. So there's certain things we want to force the communication between the coaches and the players. Want to stress a little bit of time management as a staff. So we're going to make sure that we don't come out of this game without a few of those situations handled.
Are you eager to see how some of the guys perform, quote-unquote, under the lights in a different setting than some of the normal training camp settings that you've had?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, it's a different setting. These guys have a different feel to it. We've done a lot of walkthroughs in the stadium, but there's definitely a different feel in the building right now. These guys in the locker right now getting loose. You can tell there's a quiet intensity. Guys are kind of in their own routine right now, getting ready for a game. For these young guys, it's their first time getting ready for any kind of competition like this in the National Football League. Obviously, it's different than playing another opponent, but we're going to be our own competition today, inter-squad-wise.
All right, Coach, we appreciate a couple minutes. Should be fun tonight.
All right, thanks, guys.
And throughout the course of the evening, we will have Coach Judge mic'd up. You don't want to miss it. Enter the Giants Blue-White Scrimmage sweepstakes for a chance to win an autographed Saquon Barkley jersey. Visit Giants.com/Blue-White for official rules and more.
We as professional athletes understand that it is a privilege to play this game that we love. And with this privilege comes a great responsibility and platform to use our voice to help create and spark change that this world so desperately needs.
On behalf of our players, coaches, the Mara and Tisch families, and the entire New York Giants organization, we would like to say,
together we stand in solidarity against racial injustice.
Together, we fight against systemic racism.
Together, we are relentless in our pursuit of justice.
Together, we join our hands with our community and take action.
Together, we are unified to bring sustained change.
together, we make a difference.
We make a difference.
Welcome back to the Giants Blue-White Scrimmage presented by Quest Diagnostics. Bob Papa along with Carl Banks. And Carl, a powerful message delivered by the Giants and their players as the Giants have partnered with organizations focusing on racial injustice, criminal justice reform, and education. Your thoughts on this team and the way they've handled what's going on in the country right now as a group?
Well, to bring attention to it, and it's very important, and I think this organization and its players have a moral compass, and it's pointed in the right direction to bring about change and to be about the action of change.
And the Giants have split themselves into 9 different teams, and each team has been paired with an organization within the region of the New York metropolitan area. And, Carl, you played for the Giants. You know what giving back means. It's been a mainstay with the Mara family and the Tisch family as far as outreach is concerned, and this only brings added awareness to everything.
Well, it does, and given the circumstances that we face in our society right now, it's amplified, and the Giants will consistently be about the humanity of all.
All right, you got Andrew Thomas at the left guard. Will Hernandez is at the left tackle spot. Will Hernandez, the left guard. Nick Gates working at center. Kevin Zeitler at the right guard. And Jones is going to throw on the first play of this scrimmage, and the pass gets batted at the line, incomplete.
Well, Jones was sacked. Lorenzo Carter got around the rookie for a sack.
And then Dexter Lawrence got his big hand up, and you see right there knocking the pass away. You know, when the Giants drafted him, a lot of people outside the organization were excited about his potential. Barkley picks up a couple on the play. Now remember, with head coach Joe Judge, he's created a scoring system on a lot of different scenarios. So if the defense can get a stop here on this third down, a 3 and out, the defense will earn 3 points. On a 3rd and 7, Jones underneath. Shepard makes the catch, and he gets touched short of the first down.
Interesting package there defensively, Bob. On the edges, you had Marcus Golden and Shane Zimenez out there as their pass rushers. In the first 2 downs, you had Carter.
So Devontae Downs gets credited for the tackle short of the first down. So that is a 3 and out series. So the defense picks up 3 points. McCoy to throw. Hits Lewis, who makes a man miss. And they're going to give him 12 yards on the play. So another first down for the Giants offense after a 3 and out.
Good decision there by Colt McCoy. When in doubt, give it to the back.
3rd and 1 at the defense's 42-yard line. Wayne Gallman breaks free. And Wayne Gallman goes in for the touchdown. The forgotten man last year, Wayne Gallman.
Yeah, forgotten for no reason either. He is such a durable player and dependable in all phases, and he just, for whatever reason, found himself in the doghouse.
Daniel Jones in for his 2nd series on a 1st and 10.
There's Carter again.
And another sack for Lorenzo Carter. Excellent pressure. So 2nd and 16 for Daniel Jones in the offense. They lead 7-3. Jones for Slayton. Turns on the Jets and takes it inside the defense's territory all the way up to the 44-yard line. So a nice drive here for Daniel Jones. It's his second drive of the game.
There's Carter again.
Carter got a hand on him, dumps it off to Barkley, but that's going to be a sack back at the 40-yard line. So third sack for Carter.
Yeah, and he beat the tight end on that one, Toliolo.
Carl,
good shoulder dip, good acceleration. Boy, he's going to be fun to watch.
A couple of sacks have led to a 3rd and 17. Tate with the catch, but the defense closes on him at the 30-yard line. Jabril Peppers, good to see him back, Carl.
Yeah, he's going to be a very active player in the box and outside of the box. He's a guy that high energy, kind of the heartbeat of the defense, if you will.
So Graham Gano is going to try a 47-yard field goal. Of course, Giants fans remember Gano and his big kick with the Panthers a couple of years ago to beat the Giants in Carolina. And Gano connects, and the Giants offense adds 3 to their total. They have a 10-3 lead. While we have a moment, let's set it down to Sean O'Hara.
Bob, Carl, thanks. Yeah, you mentioned Lorenzo Carter is in the backfield wreaking havoc. Now, a lot of that is we need some improvement by the offensive line, and you saw him beat Levine Toilolo for the sack there. But some of that, too, is Daniel Jones. His ability to step up in the pocket and feel that pressure. When you've got those edge guys, you've got to climb that pocket. Daniel Jones, I like when he has been, how decisive he has been. When he gets ready to throw that football, he's stepping into it, and he's been very accurate so far.
All right, that's the end of the first quarter. The offense leads the defense 10-3. For the latest team updates, including live videos and highlights from training camp practices, download the Giants mobile app from your device's app store.
It was not in the plans, but this is where we are. We'll miss the roars of our Big Blue faithful, the camaraderie that brought us so close, the cries of joy from the kids, and the faces we have come to know so well. But all is not lost, because you are still here with us, in our hearts, our minds, always in our thoughts. We will train even harder and prepare for the task ahead. You inspire us to be better. Our bond cannot be broken.
Back these guys up behind the yellow line, guys. Back behind the yellow. Behind the yellow.
He's bringing it.
Let's go one. Let's go. Let's get that backside walk. There's a shame of that backside. We got it. Let's make our blocks sustain. Move our feet. No penalties. Don't hold. Let's get back there. Set our feet. They beat us here a long way home. Got it? Let's go. Get a break. Let's go.
Giants head coach Joe Judge mic'd up throughout the course of the scrimmage as we welcome you back to the Giants Blue-White Scrimmage presented by Quest Diagnostics. Bob Papa along with Carl Banks, Sean O'Hara, and Bruce Beck. 2nd and 10. Screen for Barkley. Picks up a block. Haycraft got another block in there, and Barkley's able to get a first down for the Giants offense. Sean O'Hara, you man this position and won a Super Bowl doing it. What are your thoughts on what Gates has been able to do?
Yeah, Bob, I'm certainly pulling for this kid, Nick Gates. He's a former tackle in college, started 3 games for the Giants last year. I was a former tackle myself, moving into center. The biggest aspect, obviously, is taking care of the football. He's doing that tonight. Mentally, I think he can handle everything, all the looks that he's seeing. Look, Patrick Graham, throughout training camp and certainly tonight, is showing him all kinds of different fronts. As a center, you have to identify the 5-down looks, whether it's a 3-down look on 3rd down. You've got to communicate all of that. I think he's handled all that really well. He's a tough kid. I like his anchor. So I'm pulling for Nick Gates. I think he's done a really nice job here tonight.
Jones with time this time. Going to take a deep shot, but underthrows Slayton, and great coverage by James Bradbury.
Yeah, stride for stride. Good position all the way down. I mean, just excellent position there.
3rd and 3 with Jones at quarterback. Giants pick up the pressure, but the pass knocked away. And an excellent play that time by Darnay Holmes, the rookie out of UCLA.
Boy, he continues to turn heads here. The Giants rush 5. Boy, he gets right in there on Sterling Shepard. Now, you know, Shep's a quick twitch type of wide receiver, and Darnay Holmes is a guy who plays similarly from a defensive standpoint.
So 3rd and 13. Can the defense add to their point total and get 3 for a 3 and out? McCoy with time, and that's knocked away, incomplete.
Grant
Haley. Good coverage on the play, so 3 points for the defense, earning a 3 and out. 3rd and 14. Jones is going to get sacked again.
Is that Carter again?
I think Leonard Williams gets credited for the sack this time.
Yeah, he runs right into, he steps up and runs right into Lorenzo Carter, but there, that's Leonard Williams on that one.
Well, let's go down to Sean O'Hara, who's field side. Sean?
Bob, if you're a Giants fan, you love the fact that they're getting to the quarterback. Lorenzo Carter all over the field. It doesn't matter if he's going against the left tackle, the right tackle, a tight end. He's getting pressure on the quarterback. Certainly defensively, they need more of that. You can't have enough of that.
McCoy on the slant hits Corey Coleman for a first down. So under a minute to go, opportunity to run your hurry-up offense. Carl, I'm excited about what Corey Coleman could add to this group.
Yeah, now this is an area where you see a lot of talent, and the more depth they have, the more diverse they'll be in the passing game.
Good protection that time for McCoy as he checks down. 2nd and 10 with 16 seconds remaining. Coleman with the catch and a first down.
Good back shoulder throw there by Colt McCoy.
Joe Judge is going to send the field goal unit out. Not enough time to take a crack at the end zone. If there's any kind of pressure, if there's a sack, you run out the clock. So try the 40-yard field goal with Graham Gano, who hit from 47 earlier. Dixon to hold. And the kick is good. So Graham Gano has hit from 47 and now 40.
That's the end of the second quarter.
And that takes us to halftime. The Giant defense leading the offense 15-13. Let's check in with Giants head coach Joe Judge. Coach, your impressions on what you saw out of the first half.
We got to be cleaner with the pass protection at the end of the half. We had good execution by the specialists, gave us a chance to field position. Too many drop balls, missed opportunities over the middle. Defense, we got to shut off the runs between the tackles. We just got to do a better job earlier in the half. We've closed up some of those gaps now. Offensively, the pass protection was a story at the second quarter right there. Got to clean that up for the second half.
Coach, we appreciate the time.
Thanks, Bob.
New York Giants head coach Joe Judge. Still to come on the program, we're going to hear from Bruce Beck. He'll talk with Giants general manager Dave Gettleman and the director of college scouting Chris Pettit. At the half, the Giants defense leads the offense 15-13. Enter the Giants Blue-White Scrimmage sweepstakes for a chance to win an autographed Saquon Barkley jersey. Visit Giants.com/Blue-White for official rules and more information.
Gotta go out here and play hard, make plays. That's all. That's the name of the game. Make plays.
We coming off the ball, we striking. We playing with power level. We get to the quarterback.
I knew you was gonna find me. You know what it is, man. We back out here. We just do what we love. Another day. Don't get no better than that, man. Let's tee up real quick. Don't wait. Thought I forgot, didn't you? Log in, man.
Welcome back to the Giants Blue-White Scrimmage presented by Quest Diagnostics here at MetLife Stadium. The defense leads the offense 15-13 at the half. We are live at the Hackensack Meridian Health broadcast booth, the official hometown hospital of the New York Giants. Carl Banks, Lorenzo Carter had himself a really good first half. Your overall impressions of what you saw?
Well, I saw growth at some positions. Obviously, a guy like Lorenzo Carter, but you also see in the interior of the offensive line a little more consistency. They've got to clean it up on the edges, though.
Look, this is the first time that they're going in a game-like situation, but it gets real against the Pittsburgh Steelers in a couple of weeks. What do you expect in the second half?
Well, I think they're going to make real-time adjustments in the locker room as if this were a game, and I think the Giants defense is going to be more aggressive or stay aggressive, and they're going to challenge this offensive line to stop them.
All right, let's send it down to Bruce Beck with a special guest.
Thanks, Bob. Great to be with you. Dave Gettleman is in his third year as Giants GM. He's been part of 3 Super Bowl championship teams over the years. Dave, you hired Joe Judge as your new head coach. How would you evaluate him thus far in terms of communication and overall leadership?
You know, it's obviously been a very odd time, you know, the spring and this training camp as well. And Joe's done is a great communicator to begin with, and he's really in tune with these guys and with what's going on. And he's done a really terrific job of connecting with them, you know, despite all the obstacles.
Dave, I love your quote from the past. It all depends on how quickly the puppies come along. Is that quote still relevant with this young Giants team?
Well, you know, it's hopefully the puppies are growing up and they're going to have a little bit more back this year. You know, you know, it's really funny. Back in the day, Bill Walsh, when he wrote the book, The Winning Edge, had a 2-year rule. And for players, well, now because of the way the college game is so much different from ours, we've got a 3-year rule, and these guys are growing up, so we're excited about them.
You re-signed Marcus Golden, who had 10 sacks to lead the team 1 year ago. Do you think you have enough components to engineer a pass rush?
Well, I think that, you know, again, like we just mentioned, Bruce, you know, Lorenzo's getting better, X-Man's getting better, Dexter Lawrence is getting better. They're all improving. And you know, a pass rush is really a group effort. So with Marcus added, we're you know, confident.
So, Dave, what is your message to Giants fans who are hungry for wins this year?
Okay, we're putting a very competitive NFL team on the field. You're going to be assured of that, and Joe and his coaching staff will get every ounce out of this group, and better days are ahead.
Thanks very much, Dave. Let's turn our attention now to the Director of College Scouting, Chris Pettit. And Chris, you signed Andrew Thomas, who was your first-round pick in 2020. Do you think he'll embrace the challenge at left tackle?
Yeah, that's what Andrew's all about, is facing challenges head on. You know, he's a competitive guy, you know, played at the highest level in college in the SEC, you know, went up against the best week after week. And now coming into here, I mean, he starts right off this season going against some of the best, you know, rush ends in the league. And Andrew's done a great job. He's come in, competed every day. He came in shape. He's ready to rock.
Last year's #1 pick, Daniel Jones, had 24 touchdown passes a year ago. That was the best for all rookie quarterbacks in the NFL. How do you expect him to take the next step?
You know, that's what drew us to Daniel early on in the process, is that Daniel is so competitive, so tough. We know he's always going to work and to be his best. And physically, he's growing up. He's maturing. He's maturing as a leader as well with our team. But yes, Daniel, I'm expecting good things, as you know, because of who he is as a person and the competitive and the tough person that he is.
Your first draft class had a kid named Saquon Barkley, who ran for over 1,000 yards in his first 2 seasons with Big Blue. What does he do to create an even bigger impact this year?
Yeah, Bruce, on the field, absolutely. I think, you know, another guy who worked his butt off in the offseason, came back in excellent shape. We all know Saquon, you know, his athletic, physical skill set is really good. But what he's done to me, I see, is the leadership that he's providing, the competitive spirit that he brings day in and day out. You know, it's developed even more this year. And so, you know, that's what I love about Saquon, is his leadership and his competitiveness for our football team.
Thank you very much, Chris. That's Chris Pettit, who cut his teeth as the offensive coordinator for Huntington High School in Long Island. More of the Giants Blue-White Scrimmage Special on NBC4 New York in just a moment.
Hey, tagging off on a returner here. Guys tagging off on a returner. Let's go, field goal, field goal, field goal! Let's go, man, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go! Let's go! Hunt it, hunt it, hunt it!
head coach Joe Judge, Mike for sound, as we welcome you back to the Giants Blue-White Scrimmage presented by Quest Diagnostics. The Giants white unit, the defense, leads in this ball game. 2nd and 12 for Rush.
That was a sack.
Little check down. They say he got it off to Gallman.
He didn't get it off. That was Kyler Fackrell. They ran a in-tackle twist there. He walked in.
Oh, yeah, he let up.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that Fackrell pretty good at getting after the quarterback. So 1st and goal at the 5. Cooper Rush, the 3rd quarterback used here tonight. Gallman's the tailback. Rush throws it to him, and Gallman gets his 2nd touchdown of the night. Had a long touchdown run and a 5-yard touchdown catch.
Heck of a play by Wayne Gallman.
Good drive by Cooper Rush, and the Giant offense in blue leads the defense 20-15. Let's set it down to the sideline for more on Wayne Gallman. Here's Sean O'Hara.
Bob, a really nice drive by Cooper Rush, but how about Wayne Gallman? The Giants know he can run the football in between the tackles. He runs with authority, gets north to south, but for him as a receiver out of the backfield now, a great play design, a natural little rub route, and Gallman, very nice catch down there to score the touchdown. I tell you, Javon Leak is a guy to keep an eye on as well. He's much faster in game speed than his 4.65 40 that he ran at the combine. This kid's got a lot of burst, and he's got a little wiggle to him as well.
Alex Tanney now in at quarterback for the Giants. That's Javon Leak with a burst of speed. He turns the corner. And a nice gain on the play.
As if on cue from Sean O'Hara. They give him the ball, and he shows that deceptive speed.
Yeah,
nice blocking up front, too.
Yeah.
Matt Pear got on his horse out there. How about the rookie right tackle leading the charge? I tell you, Javon Leak is not just a great running back. He was the Big Ten returner of the year last year. So no doubt about it, Joe Judge has got his eye on that kid.
2nd and 4 for the Giants offense. They lead it 20-15. And that time, nothing happening for Wayne Gallman as B.J. Hill took care of business. 3rd round pick out of North Carolina State a couple of years ago.
Boy, it's pretty dangerous when you leave a guy that big unblocked to walk in and hit your running back. I mean, he wasn't touched.
All right, we've completed 3 quarters here at MetLife Stadium. The Giants offense leads the defense. 4th quarter still to come. For the latest team updates, including live videos and highlights from training camp practices, download the Giants mobile app from your device's app store.
The run game's actually pretty good. They closed us in the 2nd quarter. You know what I mean? They're obviously bringing pressure on the 3rd downs, and anytime we're around field goal range. But let's kick this way. Did we really? Yeah. Nice. Got 52 plays at half. Nice.
Yeah, hey, I was gonna say.
Hey. What? I like just about 99% of everything we did in the first half. What didn't I like? The fumble on the slide, the fumble with the ball swinging, right? Keep it tight, have that clock in your head. You know when they're collapsing on you, right? Step up. Sack ain't the worst thing in the world. We don't want it, but just watch hold the thing too long because they're swatting you every time, all right?
Well, Joe Judge always teaching and encouraging and getting on his team. The head coach of the Giants, mic'd up for sound as we welcome you back to the Giants Blue-White Scrimmage presented by Quest Diagnostics. Bob Papa, Carl Banks in the Hackensack Meridian Health broadcast booth, the official hometown hospital of the New York Giants. So the Giant offense out on the field, and Cooper Rush in for this series through a touchdown pass to Wayne Gallman. 5-yard toss. Has some time, and it was a heck of a catch there by Eric Tomlinson.
Look at Ryan Connolly here in coverage, though. This is pretty good coverage by Connolly. He gets down in the zone and breaks right back in there to break that ball up.
Yeah, Levine Tololo with the catch. How did Connolly not intercept it?
Well, it's so refreshing to see these guys know where they're going and understand passing concepts.
2nd and 3.
Just like that, Connolly's in for a tackle at the line of scrimmage. It's good to see that, too, because a kid coming off, not even a full year off of ACL, is showing no hesitation in getting in on the action.
That's new Giant Tavian Feaster, as he was signed today, or yesterday, after the Giants waived Tony Brown. Feaster originally signed as an undrafted free agent with the Jacksonville Jaguars. 3rd and 1. Feaster, the tailback. Feast or famine, and he's short.
Yeah, it's famine on that one. See if they go for it. It's one of those situations. Looks like they are, Bob.
The defense trying to add to their point total. 4th and 1.
Got him. Got somebody. The defense is saying that the offense jumped.
And Steve Mataranti, our referee, agrees.
Ball start. Offense, number 61. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 4th down.
Tyler Haycraft gets called for the penalty.
Boy, now that's unacceptable. You know the snap count and you jump as you're trying to get the defense to jump.
So now the Giants will punt the ball away, which means that the defense will get another point. Fair catch called for at the 25-yard line by Alex Bachman. Well, Carl, this is unique times, no preseason games. Sean, your thoughts on having this quote-unquote live scrimmage in the stadium, game-like scenario without having preseason games?
Yeah, Bob, I think it's been great. I mean, look, there's no beer and no hot dogs, so, you know, we can't indulge. But for the players, this is a great opportunity. How about for tackling? All right, you only have a couple of drills during normal practice where maybe you go live, but for defensive guys, it's all about angles of pursuit and finding a way to run through a defender. So defensively, that's huge. You heard Joe Judge talk about we've got to be better in pass protection. Well, sometimes you don't understand how hard it is to pass off twists and to be physical and to anchor in until you get into these live situations. So it's a great opportunity for the players to hone their craft individually, but as a team to know what you need to improve on as you move forward in training camp.
3rd and 9. Remember, this could be a 3-and-out for the defense and 3 points. They trail by 1. Tanny to throw. Tanny completes it. Oh, and a nice tackle made that time by Prince Smith Jr. on Derek Dillon.
Giants will have to punt. More points for the defense.
Yeah, that's a 3-and-out. Back to throw. Tanny. Coleman's got a first down inside the 25-yard line. So Gano with 4 seconds to go. A 41-yarder for the win. And it is good. Graham Gano hits all 3 of his field goals, including the game winner from 41 yards. And the Giants offense ekes one out over the defense, 23-22.
Yeah, and there's some teaching to do. Game-ending situations. Quarterback, get the ball to the wide receiver, catch it. If not, become a defender. Defender, you could have salted the game away by just taking that interception.
Post-game show coming your way next, including the Gatorade play of the scrimmage. We'll be right back after this.
It was not in the plans, but this is where we are. We'll miss the roars of our Big Blue faithful, the camaraderie that brought us so close, the cries of joy from the kids, and the faces we have come to know so well. But all is not lost, because you are still here with us. In our hearts, our minds, and always in our thoughts. We will train even harder and prepare for the task ahead. You inspire us to be better. Our bond cannot be broken.
And we came out here did what we had to do, man. We ended up coming up short in the long run, but it's all right. We're going to get back in here. We're going to watch the tape. We'll see them boys again.
What Pep said.
Welcome back to the Giants Blue-White Scrimmage presented by Quest Diagnostics. The offense beats the defense 23-22. We are here at the Hackensack Meridian Health broadcast booth, the official hometown hospital of the New York Giants. So situational football, Carl, your takeaway from what we saw here tonight.
I thought there were some great moments, and I think there are a lot of teachable moments. Obviously, you got your young tackles that had to learn, and they were taught a few things here in terms of how to play, games and twists and that nature. But the most important part, these coaches will walk away and say there were no injuries in this game.
For more, let's send it down to Bruce Beck.
Bob, no preseason games this year, but this was an intriguing dress rehearsal. There were some solid plays and plenty of room for improvement. Here's some post-game reaction.
Daniel, we saw you break down the team before the game, after the warm-ups and everything like that. I don't think that's something we saw you do last year. Certainly not something we've seen starting quarterbacks do for a number of years around here. Just how important was it to do that? And what was said? What was the message you were conveying to the guys?
Just an opportunity to get the guys together, getting everyone fired up and ready to go. I think it was the first opportunity to be here in the stadium. We had uniforms on and the simulation of the game. So I think guys were excited and just wanted to kind of continue that excitement and add to it if I could. But I think guys were focused, guys were locked in. So it was fun to get back out there on the field.
Just curious, when you come out, what did you want to get out of tonight personally? And was it a strange feeling to run behind two completely different units tonight? It seemed like one series you were with the one group, and then the next series you were with another group. I'm just curious how that affects you when your linemen are completely different.
It doesn't affect me at all, to be honest. I know I kind of was told before I was only going to get the first half, so I knew I was rotating with both groups I was going in, to try to get some plays, try to get some runs in. We didn't know how exactly I was going to go because in football, you never know how many plays you're going to get with the drive. I think Coach did a really good job of rotating us and, getting the real feel. Obviously, it's never going to be what it's going to be exactly on game day. But for me, running behind both groups, I love it. You get to mesh well with all those guys and get to run behind all those guys. And you never know, at some point during the season, especially during this year, you never know who's going to be up there. So you got to try to take advantage of every opportunity you get.
Just 16 days to the season opener as the preparation continues for Joe Judge and company. But Bob and Carl, soon it will be deeds versus promise.
Thank you very much, Bruce. Now it's time for our Gatorade play of the scrimmage. And Carl, Wayne Gallman on a 3rd and short rips off a 42-yard touchdown run as the Gatorade play of the game.
Wayne Gallman is a guy who's trying to stay on the radar for these coaches, and it was a great job running, but also a good job blocking by the offensive line.
All right, that wraps it up for tonight. Make sure you join us for our next Blue-White Scrimmage. It comes your way on NBC4 New York on Friday, September the 4th at 7 p.m. Eastern. The road to the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs has one final stop, the Coke Zero Sugar 400 from Daytona. Coverage begins tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern on NBC. So for Carl Banks, Sean O'Hara, Bruce Beck, and our entire crew, Bob Papa saying so long from MetLife Stadium. You've been watching the New York Giants Blue-White Scrimmage presented by Quest Diagnostics.